Hey guys, thank you guys for joining today, and I'm excited to share a new recipe with you. I've got my daughter in the background. She is my videographer today, so she likes to make me laugh every once in a while. So today we're going to do the quick cooker Mediterranean chicken and rice bowls. I've already cut up or used our food chopper. Kind of got some of my stations set up here to cut up some onions. We'll have to finish chopping up onions, but first what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw the butter into the quick cooker, and then I'm going to turn it on sear. And hit the start button. All right, and while that's doing that, I'm going to finish cutting this up. And if anybody knows anything about a food chopper, it does a great job chopping up, obviously, your vegetables. It does a great job chopping up pecans, different types of nuts, so it's a good little piece. So we're going to put these in here. And this is also a wonderful way to get your frustrations out. So it's going to be loud. But it's really quite effortless. Doesn't take much. This last one in here. All right. Quick and easy. All right, so while we're still working on the quick cooker to come up to heat. The next thing we're going to do is I'm going to press 2 cloves of garlic, and I'm just going to press these into the onions here. Where's my little piece? And then what we're going to eventually do is throw all this into the quick cooker at once. There's one. And if you notice, I put everything including the outside piece on there. And the only thing that comes out is the inside of the garlic. And this is what's left. You just use your little cleaning tool here to clean out the inside. Just scrape it off to the side. Alright, that's 2 cloves of garlic. And if Bella will show, we are starting to melt. Let me get a spoon. Our butter is melting nicely. It's only been on sear for 2 minutes. And our quick cooker is basically it's a pressure cooker. I love the design of it. I know you won't be able to see the front because she's videoing from the opposite side of the counter, but I like the color. It's really pretty. Grays are in style. The gray colors are in style, so let me take it. Okay. There. There's the front of it there. Like I said, it's been on sear for about 2 minutes, and it's got all the different settings. You've got your sear and your steam, your slow cooker, proof. We're the only pressure cooker on the market that has the proofing option, and that is to help your dough rise quicker if you're a bread maker. You got your chicken and poultry, beef and pork, fish and seafood, soup stock, white rice, brown rice, whole grains, your beans, stew chili, and desserts. All right, I'm gonna give this back to her so I can. Yep. It's okay. All right, so now we are going to take and drop the onions. And y'all, I have not made this yet, so y'all are my guinea pigs today. Y'all get to see how well I cook a brand new recipe. All right, so I've got the garlic in there. Now I need to add a teaspoon of salt. And this is going to cook for about 2 or 3 minutes. Okay. There we go. All right, I'm going to let that cook. And then the next thing we're going to do is we are going to add some spinach. And those onions are making me cry. Do not do well with onions. So I have a bag of spinach leaves. And this is a 5-ounce bag, and it calls for 8 cups. But I'm going to use this 5-ounce bag because this is all that I've got right now. So I've got a few more minutes on this. All right. So while that's finishing, I'll remove this. here. And I've already got my chicken pulled out. And this chicken is semi-frozen because it didn't quite finish thawing. So one thing that I like about our quick cooker is the fact that you can put frozen meat in there and it comes out just as juicy as if it were already thawed. All right, so it calls for a Greek rub, the Pampered Chef Greek rub, and unfortunately I don't have that rub. I am out of it, so I'm going to use my husband's rub, and I hope that this turns out okay. Only time will tell, I guess. All right, so I need, how much of the rub? 1 tablespoon. All right, that's not big enough. Let me get a tablespoon now. All right, so I need 1 tablespoon of the rub, and we are going to season the chicken with it. Just gonna sprinkle it over top. And if you want to know which rub this is, it's by Rectech, and it's called Freaking Greek Rub. Like I said, we will see how this turns out, because it's supposed to be the Pampered Chef rub that we're using with this. Alright. There we go. Alright, before I finish seasoning this other side, I'm going to go ahead and add our spinach, because it's about time to add the spinach. You want to give them a shot of what the inside of the pot looks like? I don't know if you can tell. Alright, so we are going to dump every bit of the spinach in here, and we're going to cook it until it is slightly wilted. Garlic, and we're just going to cook it up so it's good and wilted for about a minute. Alright. So I'm going to finish seasoning the other side of the chicken here. There we go. Oh, I missed one. Got a little extra right there. Okay. Alright. As you can see, it's starting to kind of wilt down some. Y'all, when I first saw this recipe, this is in our brand new Seasoned Chef cookbook that came out in the spring, so March 1st with our new spring catalog. And I saw the recipe, we tried it at my director's house, what they had chosen. And I was not real sure about it because it's supposed to have a hummus sauce. I don't care for hummus, so I didn't use the hummus, but it made enough juice in the bottom. Nobody brought the hummus anyway, so we ended up not even using it. But it didn't need the hummus, and it was absolutely delicious. So I'm hoping my kids will enjoy it. They like rice, they like chicken. So we shall see. All right, so we're going to hit the cancel button. Been there about a minute. We're going to place the chicken on top of the spinach. It calls for a pound of chicken, but this was already frozen in the freezer, so I'm just guesstimating. Alright, so there's our chicken, and then we're supposed to add 1/4 cup of water. Alright. Then we're supposed to add, this is our ceramic pot here. The holder, and I've got to drop this down in here. Make sure that this piece here is touching each one of the feet are touching the bottom. All right, and then we're going to add the rice, which it calls for 1.5 cups in here. And then it calls for 1.5 cups of chicken broth. Let me make sure I'm doing this right. Combine the rice and the broth in the ceramic pot. And the rice here is the basmati rice, if I'm pronouncing that properly. It's right here. This is the rice that we use for it. You get it from Aldi if you're a little thrifty shopper like I am. All right, so we've got it in here. I'm gonna mix it up with a spoon. Place the silicone lid on top, just like this. Drop it back into the food holder, just like this. There we go. Then we're going to take it, place it on top. Okay, and lower it into the lid. Okay, now we're going to close up the lid right here. Okay, and make sure that this is, if you have our quick cooker, you should make sure that this is flush, and it is. If it's not, this would be popped up some, and this would be below the surface. So just make sure that it is flush. And then I'm going to come here, and we are going to choose the chicken poultry option. And then we're going to adjust the time to 9 minutes. Y'all, 9 minutes. Isn't that awesome? And then hit the start button. Okay? Move that out of the way. Let's see if there's anything we can do while I'm waiting on that to finish. See, this had my veggies on it. This. Okay. Since this had the veggies on it, while that is coming up to pressure, what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and cut the cucumber in half, which I've already done. And this is our veggie wedger. It doesn't really call for the veggie wedger. It calls for the quick slice, but I don't have the quick slice, so we are just going to use the veggie wedger for now. I'm going to cut it down the middle. And it calls for a seedless cucumber. Obviously, that's not what this is. So, and then all I'm going to do is take and cut these with a knife. See if I can do this. And they stay pretty good size. Oops. Come on. There we go. There we go. Move that out of the way. Smells a little thick. Okay, so we've got this done. And tomatoes in the, okay. Now, this here is something that we use a lot. It's called the cut and close. Or close and cut. What we do with this more than anything is use it for chicken breasts. The chicken breast that we stuck in the quick cooker was actually a lot thicker, and what we do is we put the whole chicken breast in, we put this on top, and then we take the color-coded chef's knife and just go all the way through to the end, and when it comes out, it has it cut perfectly in half, which is really nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, these tomatoes are looking rough, but we're going to use them. I'm going to test them. This is something else you can do with it. If you are making a big salad, or something of that nature, then you can use this to cut a bunch of veggies all at one time. Tomatoes, mushrooms, it's just a neat little gadget. Definitely saves time in the kitchen. I have to put these on my grocery list. Okay, this should be enough. My daughter didn't like tomatoes, so we'll do a little bit. Oops. These are really soft, so we'll see how these turn out. All right, so you've got it in here. Close the lid. There you go. They're all cut in half, just like that. Nice. Quick and easy. Quick and easy. All right, so we're supposed to have parsley. Let's see. We're not making the sauce, so I'm going to skip that entire. If you want to do the sauce, it calls for 2 tablespoons of fresh parsley leaves that you'll have to chop up, 1 lemon, and a 1/2 cup of hummus, okay? And then you can also crumble some feta cheese on the top when you're completely done, which is probably exactly what we'll do. All right, so what I'm going to do, this is not, it's going to take a few minutes. So whenever this finishes, will allow the steam to manually release on its own. And then that's for 10 minutes. And then after that 10 minutes, we will cancel it, and then we will release the rest of the steam out of the pot. And then we will open it, and then I will pull the chicken out and cut it with the salad choppers. And then we will place it in a bowl, and then I'll be able to show you guys what it looks like here. I'll show you in the comments what it looks like here in a little bit. So the way that you serve it is you add the rice, and then the chicken, and then the veggies, and then the sauce, which we don't have the sauce, so I'm just going to use the liquid from the pot. And then sprinkle with the feta cheese if desired. So I look forward to seeing you guys again shortly, and see you shortly. All right, guys, we're back, and we are finished up. I went ahead and allowed it to manually release the pressure for 10 minutes as the instructions state, and then I actually released it myself and then hit the cancel button. So here we go. Smells delicious, by the way. All right, so this top piece here, if you remember, is our rice. I'll let some of the steam. Set that there. We'll look at that in just a moment. And then I'm going to remove this rack. And I think you can see the chicken that's in there. So now what we're going to take is our salad choppers, and we're going to chop this chicken up. Remember, I put this chicken in, it was frozen, and I want y'all to see how easy it is to chop this chicken. I know it's called salad choppers, but I use this more for my chicken to chop than I do for salad. My daughter's in the background agreeing because we use this a lot. Alright, last one going here. There's different ways. Some people like to hold it this way. I don't think there's a right or necessarily wrong way to hold it. Super easy. Fogging up my glasses. Does it smell good? All right. It's done. Just to show you guys, oh, let me open this up for you too. There is some water on the top of this. I probably should have let it drain, but it'll be okay. Oh my gosh, the rice smells delicious too. Rice. Very much so done. Oops, made a mess. It's okay. All right. So I'm gonna plate this because we have to leave shortly. And I have a cabinet full of Tupperware, y'all. No, don't show my Tupperware cabinet. All right, so we're gonna put the rice on the bottom, just like that. And then we're gonna take the chicken mixture here. So I think we gotta chop it up really well. And it goes on top. Just like that. And like I said, I guesstimated on the chicken because it was already put in a freezer bag, so we may have needed more. All right, so we've got this, and then you take and you place your cucumbers on top. A couple of cucumbers, a couple of tomatoes. And then let me grab some feta cheese.